So, there was this time my hubby and I planned and saved to go on our first all inclusive resort vacation in Jamaica. We were beyond excited to celebrate together in the sunshine and have a blast doing so. And it was so gorgeous. The first thing I noticed after all the beautiful palm trees and flowers were the peacocks that roamed the premise, which was personally one of my favorite surprises. They had like 8 different restaurants at our disposal, a coffee and dessert cafe open until late, amazing local entertainment, glassy pools throughout the property, always with an ocean view, hammocks to lounge in, water sports galore, a beach they groomed literally every morning, yes, with a rake, jacuzzis, a room with a romantic balcony and a huge bed, and there was this fragrant aroma of flowers and songs of birds like I've never experienced at night before. And people just there ready to serve you. I mean, what more could you ask for? Well, after getting settled in, we woke up the next morning, picked a restaurant for breakfast that had tables outside so we could watch the peacocks strut and stretch their beautiful colored feathers out. And then we headed off to the pool to enjoy the much anticipated sunshine. But it wasn't long before clouds came overhead and it began to rain. We headed for shelter as we waited to see what the weather was going to do. It was then that we found out the bad news from the staff that we had come during their rainy season. What? I came for sunshine. Wasn't this in my agreement somewhere? And for a moment we had the thought, why are we here during this season? This is not what we had planned on. But do you remember the long list of wonderful things I just mentioned in the beginning? Isn't it crazy that we can have so many blessings, yet focus on the one thing we don't have? It can steal the joy of the blessings we do have when our focus goes to the things we don't. That's totally a Satan tactic. The enemy wants us to focus on what we lack so we don't realize the abundance we already have. I bet you are in a season, or at least you have been, or you will be at some point, where you say, why am I in this season? I don't want to be, and your focus is turned to something you don't have. Okay, let's be honest. For those of us who aren't married yet, that lack of having that special someone you anticipate meeting one day can consume your thoughts. Those desires aren't bad, and I love looking forward to things and anticipating God's guidance and blessings in my life. But again, when we focus on what we lack, it can steal the joy from the abundance we already have been given. Not only that, but unfortunately, when our focus turns so heavily to that thing that we desire in the future, it becomes an idol in our lives. We wait for that, thinking it will fulfill us, when God already offers the true abundance and satisfaction our heart desires. Only in God are we made whole. I had someone ask me a question I've never been asked before, and it was so cool. If you had a teenage daughter, what would you want for her? I love this question because it wasn't about what do you think about dating or how teens should handle relationships, but this was more personal. And what would you want and desire for a girl in your life that you love and treasure? Well, I would want the absolute best for her. I answered, I would want her to live fully in this season, enjoying all it has to offer and not be tied down to a guy before she was ready for that. I would want her to build amazing friendships, to be involved in church groups and activities, have wonderful adventures, and make great memories. I would love for her to live freely in this season, not just waiting for the next one to come. I would love for her to search and discover more and more who Jesus Christ is and her identity in Him. That she would become so grounded in Him, fall more and more in love with Him, so that she is fully satisfied in Christ and her identity is in Him before God brings a guy into her life. That way, when the time comes, she can be a better wife, a better mother, a better worker. She can serve to a much greater capacity. God grows us in each season, and God has both blessings and challenges in each. Don't wish this one away just because the challenges come your way or because Satan wants to steal your joy and blind you to the blessings you do have. But instead, press more and more into God, seeking what it is He wants to do during this time. Search for those opportunities you have now. I believe there are great blessings there. Well, my hubby and I stood under the shelter as we watched the rain fall down, and we had a decision to make. Were we going to let our desire for the sunshine and the lack of it steal our joy, or were we going to learn, as people say, to dance in the rain? Well, we actually ended up exploring and found their inside activity building that we hadn't yet discovered. We ended up playing some serious ping pong and laughed as we tried to outplay the other with some hilarious moves like we did when we were in high school gym class. Oh, memories. And then we grabbed the oversized resort umbrella they provided, grabbed some pineapple and Sprite beverages, and sat in the jacuzzi overlooking the ocean. When the sun came out, we enjoyed the sun. When it would rain, we learned to love those moments just as much. Enjoy the season, my friends. Don't let Satan steal your blessings. I desire for you to live fully in this season. And remember what Jesus said in regards to parents giving good things to their children. If you then, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give what is good to those who ask him? Matthew 7:11. God's got you in this season and wants the absolute best for you.